Welcome everyone to a short campaign with Paraguay and Kaiserreich. Now, why is it fun to play Paraguay? You'll see soon, because it's actually very interesting what kinds of wars you get into. Now, our objective is going to be to reverse the outcome of the War of Paraguay, in which something like 90% of the male population of Paraguay was killed by Brazil, Bolivia, Argentina, and Uruguay. So these are the enemies, we're going to kill them. And my plan is, since in Argentina there's going to be a civil war, and you get an opportunity to attack them, then I will do that. It's actually a hard war, sometimes, because when you fight them, Bolivia comes and stabs you in the back. So my plan, it is to keep enough men near Bolivia to defend, and then have the rest of the army fight Argentina outnumbered and hopefully win on the offensive with bad terrain. Yeah, we will need that great focus tree for the army. So as you can see, we got Black Monday, and we don't really get that many more events from here on to the start of the war, which is in 1847. So let's go ahead and skip. As I told you already, my strategy is a defensive one when it comes to Bolivia, but an offensive one when it comes to Argentina. How exactly? Well, when they fight in the south, you can see, for reference, my Argentina Let's Play. They're going to be very much stripped for troops, because they don't have enough to cover the whole front on both ends. So, as you can see, when I get the event to intervene, they don't have the entire front with us manned. What this allows us to do is to have some of our troops move in and surround them while others fight and prevent them from breaking the surrounds. As you can see, Bolivia decides to both declare war and advise us that they're going to be stopping the payments that they're giving us because of a previous war. I guess these guys just like to state the obvious. So as you can see, we are surrounding them right now as we speak. And after a bit, here comes the total surround of these poor militias. There we go. And we're just going to be doing that a lot. As you can see, up there on the right, that militia just got into my territory because I myself don't have enough troops to cover the whole front. To prevent them from advancing into that province you see there and breaking the encirclement, I will try to both attack them and move about my troops so as to continue the encirclement. And I'll be doing that for a long time in this war. First blood. There we go. That is the first kill on an enemy unit. And as I said, I'll be continuing to do that. Now, you can see that right now the situation is that my 4 divisions are kind of derping about because of the automatic assignment. I don't want that to happen. I want the enemies to walk into that border province, so then I can surround them moving from Asunción to the east. So that is my plan. Let's see if the AI actually falls for it. Thank you, just as planned. And now I can move my divisions to encircle them. That militia division should have actually checked both ways before he crossed the street. And yeah, he is not going to survive. As you can see, the other one up here in the northeast is also not surviving. Here with Bolivia, 3 divisions is enough to deal with them, and since they don't seem to have military access for Argentina, their superior numbers of troops are worth nothing against our superior national spirits and our superior unit templates. And that is the 3rd encirclement resolved and the 3rd kill secured. Now, the Argentinians have decided to put all their troops up north. Not sure why, but that's good. Because in my head, I'm like, I can pin them against the mountains. And I put, as you can see, 1 division near Corrientes, or in Corrientes, because there I can get, as you can see, some VPs down to the south, Concordia and Concepción del Uruguay. And I'm happy about that. Then I can also put the rest of my divisions, and this is a diversion. Then the rest of my divisions up there can actually make some encirclements against these Argentinians. And as you can see from the northwest, there are the Chileans and the Patagonian Workers Front troops moving about. So that is exactly what I'm hoping, is that they're going to help me to be sort of the anvil to my hammer. And yeah. So as you can see, one of their divisions decides to move into an empty space. Bad move, because then I can get around. In the meantime, I keep my guys there, and yeah, so that's the plan. Let's see if it works. It probably will, now will it? Because they've only got militia and infantry. Yeah, 1 militia and 1 infantry to help that other infantry unit. So, yeah, it's very likely that my troops can do it. To no one's surprise, it worked. Also, they have that militia in that very bad position there, so now I'm trying to break through that infantry in the little city so that I can get around and take the militia. That might be a little bit more problematic because it's an infantry division, but I've been making, as you can see, liberal usage of force attack, if you've been checking out the general ability bar, because my divisions already have quite a few buffs on their own. Then what I'm using for templates is a 20 width full infantry with no support companies, and that's actually very strong in this patch. At least, you know, if you've got some things to buff up your army in terms of national spirits, because for some reason they just nerfed artillery a lot, and so that's kind of fine. Unfortunately, they seem to have moved the militia away. But yeah, as you can see now, I am moving the division that was doing the diversion down south back up north so that it can help in the actual fight. But they get kind of caught by a lot of Argentinians, and so that's not good. As you can see, there's just an absolute mess of colors going down south, because that war is just messy as hell for both sides, and that is good for me because they're both people that I don't exactly like. And I don't want the Chileans and the communist Argentinians to win too much. But of course I want to beat the Argentinians. One thing that I will mention is that it's very weird that for this war there is no peace deal that you can make with the Argentinians. You just have to go ahead and capitulate them. It's kind of strange. After a while, wouldn't you think that since this is a war just for a strip of land, now I can't really make you see, but that's exactly where my troops are fighting. It's that strip of land between all those rivers. It's the southern Chaco, the Chaco Austral. The worst, just for that piece of land, there's like 50,000 people there or something. Why can't I just have a peace treaty just for that after I occupy maybe a couple of regional centers like Corrientes, Santiago del Estero, and Posadas? I don't know. Now I kind of see an opportunity. When my infantry gets up to there to San Ramon, I see that that militia is very low on org, so I can punch through them and then flank Bolivia, because they probably don't have troops on the border with Argentina. They themselves surround one of my troops, but this is good for me because they're going to be attacking that division to try to kill it a lot. I'm going to be doing diversionary attacks in other places, as you can see in the northwest, or sorry, in the northeast. And then I'll get that infantry division down there to get to that tile, and then I'll get my my flanking division to go all the way around into Potosi up there, as you can see, because they have no troops in that province. So since that place is free, that allows me to kind of trick the Bolivians and yeah, hopefully rescue my troop, surround a bunch of their guys, and do that. Then I see that those two divisions are trying to surround me in Fuerte Olimpo down south. So I'm like, well, now I need to cut off these guys as well somehow. I try to get one of my divisions through strategic redeployment to get to the province before you know, they take it, but it turns out they were moving to the province below that, so that was not very effective at all. So now my guys up north, my two divisions up north, are also surrounded, which is bad. So I need to come down from the south for two reasons. One, to reconnect with my guys that were surrounded the first time, and two, to get to my guys that were surrounded the second time. The problem is the guys that were surrounded the second time are kind of ringed with a wall of steel. It is the enemy infantry that is blocking my path. But guess what? I've got an extra division there, so I can pin those two guys, and then my division that is now back into supply, I can use that one to get all the way around and reconnect to my guys. Now, I'm pretty sure you will have no idea what I'm just talking about, but when you'll see, you'll understand. And it's actually pretty awesome. And there we are. You can't see it yet, but up there we are. So my guy, once he reaches the other province there, will have surrounded these Bolivians down south. I need to prevent that infantry division that I'm pinning right now to get there and to, you know, save, I guess, the other guys from getting encircled. I have surrounded those two guys in that little province, and I'm killing them. You may have noticed that I have left the Argentinian border completely exposed, and that's fine. They cannot really capitulate me that quickly by themselves, so that's fine. And as you can see now, all those guys, 5 divisions, that is most of the Bolivian army. In fact, it's all except 1 infantry and 1 militia are surrounded. So what I do is I deploy my division that I was training, my extra division. This is the first division that I trained in the entire game. The only other things that I did are I changed the template of 1 division because it was smaller, and then I changed 1 division from infantry, or sorry, from militia to infantry. 3 divisions from militia to infantry. So that is the first time the army has expanded, and I put it in the capital so that they can't just randomly capitulate me. And then now I will just focus on finishing off the Bolivians. And then in the end I also managed to encircle the one up to the northeast. So that is the entire Bolivian army except for one division done. So what I do now is I just finish off whatever's left down here, and then I get 2 divisions, I make them my Bolivia army, my blue army, then I put all the other guys as my Argentina army, my red army, and I just run them to the VPs, to the capital La Paz and to the other VPs, so that I can capitulate them and just end this misery that was the Bolivian betrayal. So the last of the encircled Bolivian forces fall to our might and they surrender. Now I will end the episode here because I'm running out of voice, and I hope you'll be joining me next time, where we shall see if we can destroy the Argentinians as well, and then look to the giant of the east, the green giant, the Brazilians. So yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed, and I will see you soon.